averaging almost 18 points per game, 5 assists, and then Beers, we've seen what she can do on the interior. She shoots 65% on the season.
All right, let's go. And get out in transition. This is their starting 5, brought to you by Capital One. So Beers does lead the way, averages about 18 a game. Sahara Williams is their very talented sophomore.
Good, and as veteran-led they are, offensively, they're very turnover-prone. They average about 19 turnovers per game.
Yeah, that is bottom 50 in the nation, just too many. And Feuerbach has it.
She missed McCabe. If she had hit McCabe a second early, that may have been an open 3.
Feuerbach a corner 3. The Hawkeyes, though, they did strike first.
They get it anyway. Feuerbach has really emerged as a 3-point threat more than usual in the last couple of games.
Hit 2 days ago in the first round battle. Williams follows her own miss for the first time as an OU head coach.
Yeah, a lot of intertwinings here. And how about that bomber jacket? Ooh, another bomb for Kylie Feuerbach. Expecting this one to be tight throughout, but a little separation early from Kylie.
In position to advance to the second weekend of this tournament. OU's having some trouble on this end of the floor in the early minutes. Olsen's got a little bounce. This is Stolke cutting. Got it. That was an offensive foul.
That's a big momentum swinger for Oklahoma because Feuerbach had been off to a hot start.
Verholz with the backdoor cut, defended by Hayden, who's got great length. Hayden rejects Van.
Both of those two, they haven't played many minutes together all season long, but Coach Jensen knew with this bigger Oklahoma team, she's going to have to go to it.
Oh, Van takes it away from Stolke. Zaya Van, little spin all the way to the rack. Oklahoma, very prolific offense. Liz Scott nails it. Friendly for so many years. Jan Jensen said, I was at Jenny's wedding way back in the day. Her former position coach at Iowa. Zaya Van, meanwhile, the freshman for these Sooners. And we're knotted up at 10. That's a quick 6-0 burst now for the Sooners. Wild pass. That's consecutive turnovers. Verholst on the move, the feed. This is Williams. Great position.
And that's why it's important for Oklahoma to get stops.
Cross-court feed to Keys. Van didn't have enough space to pull the trigger. Scott hits it. To the Hawkeye fans, they have made the trip in full force, though. Less than 2 minutes in the first. Shot clock draining. This is a falter. A falter hounded by Williams.
Both coaches have been sharing some words with the official. Jenny Baranczyk was coming out of that last whistle.
The veterans here taking over for Oklahoma. That's 8 turnovers just in the last 6 minutes alone. That is way too many. And Oklahoma has converted. Beatrice Culleton rolling and scoring. This is the rookie Van. Looking for big sister. Dump it down to Skylar Williams. Score it. And Oklahoma ends the first quarter.
Points in the paint, and they have 6 assists, make it 7 assists on 11 field goals. Reagan Beers back in the game, played just 3 minutes in the first quarter. Just trying to really pack things in, but Beers still got a pretty good look at it, just didn't drop.
Iowa needs an answer. They're on the wrong end of an 18-1 run, and Olsen cashes in.
That cannot happen for Iowa. Already 8 offensive rebounds for the Sooners.
All that work, you come away with nothing. And you just saw Jensen a moment ago, calming everybody down. Williams wants 3, got it. What put OU back into the upper echelon of the sport was bringing back all those veterans like Van and then adding the All-American Beers. Olsen, cash money. That's a corner 3.
She can hit it from anywhere. She's really good off the bounce, but her 3-point shot has been improved.
Well, Iowa has got to clean that up. Williams is on a rampage right now.
There has to be a focus to locate somebody when the shot goes up, especially against this incredible rebounding team.
A falter, drop it off to Addison O'Grady. That's the first basket for the senior from Denver. One of the highest scoring offenses in the nation. OU averages 85 points a game. They were right about at that. 81 in the win against the Eagles the other day. That's too easy for Liz Scott.
Already up to 13 points. How about the dime here, attacking the zone?
Pushing O'Grady out. Olsen looking to create. Olsen in attack mode, the step back, that's pure. So Olsen with 9.
So if she can get her own shot, we've seen her knock a triple down, now the pull-up.
Iowa still in the zone. Van beats it. Oklahoma has shot 41% from the floor, much better than a couple of days ago. Verhulst, a little hesitation on the baseline.
It is the perfect verbiage to use. It doesn't matter if it's been man-to-man, zone. Yeah, she's got a package of skills. She sold that fake, spun back the other way, up and under. Ooh, Olsen has switched back to a woman-to-woman defense after really getting eaten up in that zone.
Van in attack mode, score it, and the foul.
Spin fake, up and under, switches hands. That's a skill set. And then Zaya Van, the freshman.
We expected that advantage. Is it still surprising, though, how much they've dominated? Look at Hayden, by the way, rolling. Oh, Williams, get that out of here.
Adjusted to boxing out. There's been multiple possessions where Oklahoma has had multiple offensive rebounds, and we've been talking.
8.5 on the timer. Stremlo right back to Olsen, lets it fly. That's good. A big one for Iowa. OU by 11. Fourth ever meeting between these two schools. They last played 20 years ago. Stolke, that's an impressive reverse. Reagan Beers goes down. You know, and two things can be true. I mean, it could be incidental and just a little excessive at the same time. So Beers is headed back to the locker room right now. Skylar Van connects. And the veteran back on the floor. It's got Oklahoma with its largest advantage. Foul on the inside. That's going to be.
When someone's gone to the bench with foul trouble, it's been next woman up. And Skylar Van was one of those saddled with foul trouble, and she hits that 3 early in the second half.
Olsen, step back triple, puts it in. Lucy Olsen, a 2,000-point scorer in her 4-year career, has 18. Liz Scott, buckets.
Is really a spectacle. We didn't see it in the first round. It was all Skylar Van and Beers, but today they're getting really incredibly balanced scoring.
That's a shot a Falter makes regularly. Could not stick it that time. Oklahoma has just had a response every time. Verhulst with the latest. Flau'jae Johnson coming up after this one. That's Florida State and LSU. And then you've got Paige Beckers, Juju Watkins.
And Iowa still looking for some help for Lucy Olsen, who has more than half their points.
Verhulst, look out.
Beers out, but she's coming back in the game right now. And look at just selling this backdoor cut. Feuerbach was overplaying her.
Olsen has 18. She is the only Hawkeye in double figures. Next leading scorer is Stolke, who's got 8. Stolke going back to work. She's got 10.
Hit to the face. You could see those two were kind of mutual respect there.
Good sportsmanship. Yeah, Stolke checking on her. It was the left elbow that hit Beers in the face. Beers denies Stolke this time. Van launches. Van connects again.
This is an unselfish Oklahoma team. Anytime there's been a zone look, they've gone inside out. I mean, that's just a simple.
Go to NCAA.com for more information. The Sweet 16, of course, is set on the men's side. We will do so here in the women's tournament at the end of today's action.
Sahara Williams is going to make sure it didn't come from Olsen on that one. Another block for the sophomore.
Look how quickly that developed. Beautiful transition offense for the Sooners. Iowa just overwhelmed here. Van took it away, and then Hayden knocks it loose. So here's Feuerbach, puts up the 3, buries it. That's her. They have really put it all together this season. Skylar Van has come alive in this NCAA tournament. Beers underneath, scoring again.
Kevin,
how do you stop that?
I was going to say, this is an offense that just wears you down. And unfortunately for Iowa,
I think our officials have the clock right now. We got 49.8 left in the third. Kim, this is a 10-0 Oklahoma run. An 11-point game at the break. And Oklahoma has just busted it open. Feuerbach finishes at the rim. Iowa's got one more. But that's really it. This has been a complete performance. And Verhulst, that's a quick cut. This is a much different looking regional. It has not broken through to the Sweet 16 in more than a decade. And they're in position right now. Beers, that is the All-American with a vicious rejection. She wants it, she's calling for it, can't score it. Iowa has it in their largest hole of the evening. It's a 27-point deficit. And Olsen shuffled the feet. This Beers with another rejection.
This is just elite rim protection because your teammates get beat and then you trust that you have somebody waiting there to
the success this year.
Pretty big piece. This is a team that returned 98% of its scoring from last year's Big 12 regular season champion team, and now they add number 52 in white.
Feuerbach connects. Everybody left, though, including Beers. Raina Scott all the way to the basket. And so for Beers, it came down really realistically to a couple of schools. A lot of her teammates have talked about this candidly this season, where they really made her feel at home. That pass is a little too far for Liz Scott. Verhulst with a little razzle-dazzle that time. Would not go.
At the bowling alley trying to get that hook.
O'Grady. Wow, that's an easy rebound. No one going for it on the Iowa side. Verhulst. Oh, it bounces through. Another one. Look at the ball movement, by the way. Van dials it up. Knocks it in. It's Oklahoma's 8th triple. 7 of them in this half.
Second round action, and it's just been unselfish. It's been extra passes, inside out.
And women's side for this Oklahoma program. 3 Final Fours for the women's program. Several Final Fours for the men's program, and prominent, excellent seasons. Sherry Coles, of course, former head coach, longtime head coach. A couple of seasons where they missed the tournament, Oklahoma did. Cole, the ups and downs of this season for the heart and soul of the program. On the Iowa side, you got a player like Addison O'Grady, a senior. Exchanged a hug. Count that basket.
And how emotional this moment is for her. She has had a tremendous career.
Senior from Chicago. Oh, Jones throws it in. It's Aubrey Jones. And the years have been good for Iowa in the Caitlin Clark era. Now, Falters, you mentioned a big-time piece.
For one season from Villanova, you see on her face, you see on the fans giving her a round of applause here on the road, just the impact she has made in just her one season as a Hawkeye. And she's gonna hear her name called in the WNBA draft here in just a couple of weeks.
The 10th Oklahoma triple. McCabe answers. Yeah, what a big-time get Olsen was. Prolific scorer at Villanova. Came here to try to...
And as good as their offense has been in this tournament, I think today the defense really stood out. After Iowa jumped out to that quick lead, there was a timeout, and then you could tell that they really tightened up the bootstraps. Some really talented guards.
And again, they will await the winner of the matchup later tonight. Just too much firepower for Oklahoma today. Couple of seconds here. Oh, another triple. That is 11.
9 threes in the second half. Just 2 for 17 in the first half.
That has been to the Final Four many times before. It is going back to the Sweet 16 for the first time in 12 years. An emphatic 96-62 KO